Hey everybody, how's it going? So today is November 11th, 2024. So stocks are going parabolic today. They have been for the past few weeks, especially the small caps, especially names that I've invested in like Rocket Lab, SoFi, ASTS, Palantir. So yeah, let's just dive right into it. What's driving this and the moves I'm going to be making this week. So let's get started. So on the portfolio today, I did transfer in my Robinhood money that I had there for quite a bit of time just selling cash secured puts. So I'm just consolidating everything into this portfolio right now. So today we're at 225,000. We have a huge rally. So I am going to take a look at these stocks and see if I'm going to be buying more. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, to start off, I'm going to sell about 10,000 of SGov so that we can have some buying power to work with. So I'm going to sell off 100. Okay, so now we have 10,000 buying power. So I really wish I did buy more of SoFi and Palantir. These are the best companies that I think you should be holding for the next 10 years. So it is a bit hypocritical of me to not be buying even at these levels, but they're just going way past my buy zones. They've just been performing so incredibly well, especially Palantir. SoFi does have a little bit more running to go, I feel, but also Palantir does as well. So today I'm not going to be buying them because of how much they've rallied. I'm just going to let them run, just let them be, because they are quite large holdings for me personally, and according to my risk tolerance, they are at an appropriate spot in my portfolio. So I will be adding a little bit more AIPI because I do want a little bit more of that income, and they've been performing really, really well. So I'm going to be adding a little bit more of that. So let's see. Let's do that first. 21 shares. Okay. Yep. Just the market buy. Okay. So there's 21 shares of AIPI. Okay. So the stock that I do want to start adding a little bit more of today and going forward for the next few months is Celsius. The thing about Celsius is I do have conviction in them. I think that the stock sentiment is at an all-time low. Every time I look around in Reddit, on X, on all the social medias, it's just been horrible. On YouTube comments, people have they don't want to touch the stock at all, right? So fundamentally, it hasn't changed all that much. There are supply issues of especially Pepsi that we've talked about. But according to their earnings report, which was a few days ago, their supply chain issues should stabilize within this next couple of quarters. And it seems like Pepsi is already starting to get low on their inventory, relative to where they were, when they had tons of Celsius. So it seems like things should stabilize. This is a very nice place to buy it. So let's just pull that up real quick. Taking a look at the market, HIMS is up huge. I have no idea why, honestly. It is a really great growth company to hold. I wish I could have accumulated more along this range, right? This is where I first discovered it. But it definitely got out of hand around here. So I will be waiting for a pullback, which will hopefully come. Yeah, but just incredible. The small cap market has just been incredible. I am very much small cap tilted, and I will be continuing forward for the next year, very possibly. So let's pull up Celsius here. Celsius, the forward PE, I believe is going to be $1, right? So the share price you see now is the forward PE that you're going to get. So if we look at this chart right here, I can still see downward pressure, definitely, especially towards the end of the year. I can still see downward pressure on this company. On a day where small caps are doing this phenomenally well, we're down 3.5% with Celsius. So there is definitely lots of selling pressure, lots of pressure for the downside. And if you look at the stock, it's still up 2,000+% over the past 5 years, which is NVIDIA level. So it's not surprising that we're seeing such a violent downturn on this stock, because if you bought any time within the past 2 years, you'd be down on the stock. If you weren't playing with options or anything, short-term plays, just buying shares, you'd be down. So you'd be buying at a price at around June 2021. It's about 3 years ago. So what do I see in the share price that could unfold in the next few months? I think there could be a lot more downside, probably to the low 20s, honestly. So if we get back to this level of pricing, the low 20s, $21 to $23, I will be buying a lot. Something that people don't realize is there is a bottom on this stock, and that's the price that Pepsi's willing to buy it out for. It's definitely not the best outcome for Celsius shareholders because of how much growth this company has. So it's definitely low on the level of things that I wish would happen with this stock. What I can see happening is we just go down, down, down a little bit more, start recovering, find a bottom, and start recovering towards the upside. The thing with these stocks is moves happen so quickly. You see how quickly we went from basically $100 down to $30, 20-something dollars, right? Price drives narrative. Oftentimes, it doesn't matter what company you're invested in. If it's an AI company, if it's software company, if it's a company that sells shoes, drinks, whatever. Price drives narrative, and once this price recovers, you're gonna see the sentiment come back on the stock. That's just how human nature works, right? So fundamentally, I'm still very bullish on this company. It's still growing a lot. We're still seeing lots of growth, especially now in the international markets. They're growing extremely well in international markets, and they've barely just scratched the surface on that. So yeah, I will definitely be buying more Celsius today. And I hope it keeps going down a little bit more so that I can pick up shares on the low 20s, and hopefully that's the bottom. Do I see it coming down here? I don't think so. I don't think it will go to the teens. If it does, I will be buying 2 times as more, but I really don't see that happening. Hopefully it finds a bottom somewhere in the low 20s. Supply chain issues stabilize, and we have Pepsi start consistently ordering. Their supply is optimized, and this stock sees continuous revenue and EPS growth. So yeah, definitely has a lot of runway. So I will be buying today. Let's see. Yes, I will be buying 10 shares. So on the market, 27. Good. So yeah, basically, I always dollar cost average into stocks that I want to own, so I don't do it all at once. Sometimes it's better to do it all at once, but this is just how I buy the stocks that I do. So yeah, let's see where that brings it to our portfolio. So yeah, Still down 9%, but that's okay. Do have conviction because, I mean, looking back, I was down way more on Palantir. I was also down a little bit on SoFi, not as much, but you just have to find these companies that you truly have a lot of conviction in. You've done your research, right? I've done a lot of research on these stocks. Always read their earnings report. Always see the story, where the stock's gonna go, because oftentimes each company has a story, right? And I see a very bullish story with Palantir and SoFi. Definitely big revolutionary companies that will benefit in the future, very much so. So one thing you have to keep in mind with SoFi stock is it's still heavily shorted. Ever since it was down $9, $8, it was shorted for 20-something% of the float, right? And now, checking on, it's still 16% after it's climbed so much. So there's definitely a lot of shorts that need to be covering. There were a lot of shorts covering at $11, $12. Now we're at $14. If we can close today at $14, that'll be monumental. I mean, when was the last time we were at this price level? It was all the way back here, December 2020, all the way to December 2021. So it's been a while. It's been a while since SoFi has been at these levels. Definitely catching the shorts by surprise. Definitely going to drive a lot of pricing power to the upside. It's definitely going to be very volatile for the next couple of months. We will see what happens and see if it stabilizes at these levels. If it does come back down, I'm going to be buying a lot. So for Palantir, we actually have a very similar chart, in my opinion, with SoFi, because look at this drop down here. This is sentiment at all-time lows. The company wasn't executing that great in 2022. They were not profitable yet, but now look at what happens when a company gets profitable. They're executing well, and they have a very bright future. So this has been just a parabolic move from basically 20s, right? 20s all the way up to 60. Definitely not trying to catch this one up here. I already have a okay position. I'm definitely going to be waiting for a pullback, hopefully soon, so that I can get more shares and just continue dollar cost averaging, because this price is just crazy. But I'm personally very happy for it. I think it's well deserved. I think it's been a while, and Palantir shareholders definitely need to be rewarded for their patience. And it's just one of the best companies that you could have bought in the last couple of years. Rocket Lab is also making big moves, and it has a very similar chart. So yeah, Rocket Lab has a huge future. Their roadmap suggests that there's a lot of events going to be taking place regarding their neutron rocket before the end of 2024. I don't know if they're going to be able to hit all that, especially, let's see, they have, oh yeah, tomorrow they're going to be updating us on a lot of news, so I will be covering that tomorrow. They're definitely going to update us. Let's see how the stock reacts to that. It's definitely pricing in a lot of positive news, that's for sure. So hopefully they'll be able to live up to that. But I'm honestly not too worried about the short term. I want to see everything go smoothly. They take their time with their neutron rocket, because that's going to be so huge for them in the future. So if we still see a launch for the neutron rocket in 2025, nothing's changed. Fundamentals are still the same. If they push back a little something, some of their events that they're talking about for 2024 into 2025, that's fine with me, because it's really fast. Time is going to go by really fast. We're going to see neutron come online, hopefully 2025. So yeah. All right, so talking about ASTS now, the price that I would like to see it at is around 20. we can see that it's in a downward trend right now. So if this can stabilize around the 20s, I will be very happy accumulating even more shares of ASTS, because they will also be generating pretty good income towards the end of 2025, 2026. So I will be very happy accumulating shares down here. I initially accumulated shares on this run up right here. So I'm still up a little bit, 47% on this company. So I personally will not, I personally will love a little bit more downside so that I can pick up more shares, hopefully get this up over here. So talking about HIMs now, I definitely see where I made a mistake. I think that the market sees that they are very undervalued and they have lots of value left to offer. I've been accumulating a few shares here and there between this area right here. It's been very volatile here. I thought we were going to see a Celsius type action where we see a double top and then come back down so I could buy more. But, you know, the market is going to do what the market does. And as an individual investor, you can only do what you think is best in the moment, right? With the information that you have. So although I do wish that I bought more here, there was always the risk that it was going to go back down. So I'm happy with the few shares that I bought, and I will continue to watch this company. And if they do have a pullback, I will be buying a lot more. So yes, I am going to be buying a little bit more of Disney. They have an earnings coming up this week, I believe. And the thing with Disney is their share price has been super stagnant. You know, there's been a lot of issues with the company, but I'm bullish going forward. I think they have found their bottom around here, right? So I will be adding a little bit more, and we can see that we're basically getting the price that we're getting in 2015. So I am bullish on this company. They're definitely not going anywhere. I hope that they're able to slim down the company, try to cut costs where they can. You know, they've been spending so much and wasting a lot of money, but I'm still bullish on their amusement parks, their streaming service, and all that. So I think that we're going to have good returns from now on. Hopefully they'll be able to, like I said, slim down the company and try to be more tactical with their spending. So I will be adding more Disney. So yeah, they're definitely not going anywhere, and I see this price as a good entry point for Disney, especially if you want to be a long-term shareholder. I think it'll be just fine entry point for this company. Bought a little bit more of TLT just as a hedge, and I believe that the price will appreciate when interest rates do come down. So yeah, that's just a hedge for me. Did buy a little bit more VT, bought a couple of my stocks. I bought a little bit more of just the dollar cost average into them for the long term, like Shopify and all these. And I did buy a little bit more of AVNV, which is the Avantis International Markets Value ETF. So just a few hedges, a few diversification tools, and just dollar cost average into a few of my stocks that I have conviction in. So yeah, overall, pretty productive day. And we're still up a lot today. So we'll see where the market goes. And I'll probably do a video later on a few of my stocks and do a little bit more analysis on them, especially my higher conviction stocks. So yeah, all right, thanks for watching, guys. And if you enjoy the content, please subscribe and like. See you next time.